Has this ever happened to you? You wake up, maybe in the middle of the night, and in that super quiet, half-dreaming state, you can hear music. I mean, not from a radio or anything, but crystal clear, right inside your own head. A full orchestra, playing perfectly.
Well, if that sounds at all familiar, you are so not alone. It's this wild and actually pretty common experience. It's like your brain has this secret concert hall that only opens after midnight.
So, the big question is, how on earth is your brain pulling this off? How can your mind replay these super intricate musical pieces with such incredible detail, especially for something you've never actually tried to learn, like Ravel's Boléro? Let's get into it.
Okay, so to figure out what's happening, we have to start with when it's happening. This whole phenomenon takes place in a really unique mental space, that hazy, quiet borderland between being fast asleep and wide awake.
See, in this state, a part of your brain called the default mode network, or DMN, really kicks into high gear. You can think of it as your brain's idle mode or screensaver. It's what's humming along when you're daydreaming or just letting your thoughts drift. And it loves to just pull up random bits of memories, sounds, and images all on its own.
So when all the noise from the outside world is dialed way down and your DMN is dialed way up, your auditory cortex can actually simulate the experience of hearing music. It's not just remembering a sound. Your brain is firing up the same circuits as if it were hearing it for real. You're getting a private performance staged entirely inside your mind.
All right, but why this kind of music? Why does a piece like Ravel's Boléro pop up so often? Well, it turns out the very way Boléro is built makes it almost impossible for your brain to forget. It's practically designed to get stuck in your head.
Think about it. Boléro is built on this foundation of hypnotic repetition. You've got that relentless, never-changing snare drum beat, that's called an ostinato, and a melody that just repeats over and over again. But it doesn't get boring, because the instruments keep changing and the whole thing is just building and building to one of the most epic crescendos ever written.
And you can just see how these pieces click together to lock the music into your brain. That rhythm, it's an anchor. The melody is so predictable that your brain just can't help but fill in the blanks. And all the while, the shifting instruments and that growing volume give it this powerful sense of momentum. Your brain doesn't need to know a thing about music theory. It just recognizes an incredible, unforgettable pattern.
Okay, so we've got the perfect brain state and the perfect piece of music, but how did the music get in there in the first place if you never consciously tried to memorize it? Well, this is where it gets really cool. It comes down to two totally different ways your brain stores memories.
So, on one side, you have your what memory. That's declarative memory. Think of it like your brain's filing cabinet for facts, like knowing that the composer of Boléro is Maurice Ravel. You have to actively go and pull that fact out. But then you have your how memory.